What's up YouTube, pokePrimer here, finally ready to deliver you our Week 7 matchup here in the PFL. And this week we are taking on, once again, we are taking on Scott in the Thriller Bark Trevenant in our divisional rematch here. And once again, I'm still scared of his team. I'm just scared of his team as I was Week 1, and actually even more scared because his team has actually gotten really terrifying over the course of the past several weeks. I thought it was bad before, but like, oh boy, here we go. His team consists of the Jirachi, Hippowdon, Gastrodon, Chandelure, Magneton, Golbat, Mega Aerodactyl, Excadrill, Hydreigon, Shiinotic, Throw, with his Z users being Hydreigon and Throw. Now, let me go over some of the new mods he's gotten on his team. So, since last time, I can't entirely remember a lot of the mods from last time. I won't even deny that. But he got rid of Magnezone, right, which was a big problem last time. That's why I had Shed Shell on my Celesteela. He got rid of Magnezone and got himself Gastrodon, which is a very bulky, disgusting water type, and I'm not too big of a fan of having to deal with it. He's gotten rid of Sharpedo, which is kind of annoying, which is kind of okay because, you know, nice scary speed boost threat. But he got himself Shiinotic. Shiinotic is a very bulky poison grass type. It's basically discount, but like not as great Amoonguss, but like has all the potential to be as good as Amoonguss if you use it right, and I'm sure he will. So at that point, since he has a grass fairy type, he dropped his Whimsicott and was able to pick up Hydreigon, which everyone knows how good Hydreigon is because, you know, it's a monster. Then Flygon was dropped because he got a new dragon type, and then he got himself Magneton because since he could get rid of his electric type and his steel type with the Magnezone, he picked those back up, but in like a more discount form, I guess. And discount Magneton is still really good because it can still do all the same things that Magnezone could do, but it has the potential to run Eviolite to be actually a little bit bulkier, and also has a little bit more speed to it, so I think it's even more of a threat. So that's totally okay. Then he dropped his Stoutland, which was a Sand Rush Sweeper that he had on his team, which wasn't as scary, it was easier to handle, and then picks up Throw. And for anyone who's never battled a Throw, the battle never ends until you just either give up or all your mons die, because Throw is really thick, like a lot thicker than people would give him credit for, and oh, it's really hard to beat Throw. I hate you, Scott, for picking up this disgusting beast. So that's a thing, and then just to make things worse, yeah, he got rid of a Sand Rush Sweeper, but he gets rid of Keldeo and picks up Excadrill, a much better Sand Rush Sweeper. So now his Sand Core of Hippowdon, Mega Aerodactyl, and Stoutland has changed to Hippowdon, Mega Aerodactyl, and Excadrill. Oh, joyous day. Oh, this match is going to be hell. This is going to be a hard match. I don't expect to win this at all. His Sand team does a lot of work against me. Hydreigon's a massive threat to deal with. Magneton, with its trapping potential, is going to be annoying. Chandelure is still a threat, obviously. Gastrodon's a solid wall against me. Jirachi is just annoying. Like, he can actually bring a full team that is just immune to the sand, and that would still be really threatening to me. Like, he could bring Mega Aero, Excadrill, Hippowdon, Gastrodon, Magneton, and Jirachi, and it would be threatening. It would still be massively threatening, and it's entirely possible because then his whole team won't be touched by the sand, and that would be even more threatening. So he's literally just putting sand up and keeping sand up as much as he can, just to whittle my team down. That's the crazy. That's how crazy it could be. So hopefully, the fact that I'm only bringing 2 mons, I think at this point that can be whittled down by him is good for me. We're gonna lose, aren't we? First one we're bringing, hopefully to not get ourselves destroyed, is Bolt Doggo the Mega Manectric. I know he has a Sand Core, but like I have to bring Mega Manectric. It's just too good to not. We have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Toxic. Pretty much the same set as last time, except this time we're just running Timid Nature. And the reason we're just running a Timid Nature without any speed investment is because that's all we really need to outspeed any of the things that we actually can outspeed. Obviously we're not outspeeding Excadrill and Sand, and there's literally no universe where we can outspeed a Mega Aerodactyl, so why even waste time investing when it's not necessary? We literally can just make this thing a Timid Nature and outspeed the Jirachi without having to invest in speed, and we can just do it that way. Full Switch and Thunderbolt, again, they're just standard on like 99% of sets. This Mon can Volt Switch. I like to say this Mon can Volt Switch pretty freely around his team, but he does have 3 ground types, which is going to be a huge threat to deal with, especially because one of them I can't even touch that well outside of just toxicking it, but hopefully that can happen. Mind you, he still does not have, unless Shinotic gets Aromatherapy, he still doesn't have Cleric Sport, so I can still potentially toxic some Mons and just whittle them down, like the Hippowdon, the Gastrodon, things like that. If I can get Toxics off on them, that'd be really, really great, because they essentially, outside of Rest, can't get rid of them, so that's why we have the Toxic on the Manectric here, but Flamethrower is here so we can hit that Magneton as hard as possible, as well as being able to smack up that Jirachi. Obviously, outspeeding it makes us be able to scout whether it's Scarfed or not, so that would be cool. Flamethrower will allow us to hit the Excadrill as well, obviously only outside of Sand, because Excadrill is faster than us, obviously, in Sand, and I'm not even going to waste the time. So that's the plan with our Manectric. Next up, we have Thanks Steve, the Celesteela. Again, we're bringing Autotomize because I think Autotomize Celesteela is a really good mon. Really good bring, and it's been working for us so far. Almost every time we brought Autotomize Celesteela, it has put in some kind of work, and that's cool. So we have Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, and Giga Drain as our offensive moves. With the Fire EMZ, Flash Cannon is here because it's stab. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt whatever we're hitting decently hard. It's gonna hit things really hard. And it's gonna really hurt a bunch of mons. Just as it's being a stab move, that'd be cool. It also hurts the Mega Arrow decently hard, which is nice. Having the Fire MZ with the Flamethrower is really good to break through. Like if we can get up hazards, which would be very important, we can get up hazards and we can chip away at the Magneton, like get it outside of Sturdy. This kind of, like if we get an Autotomize up, because this set actually just outspeeds, what was I outspeeding? I don't even remember what I outsped. I think it's meant to outspeed Scarf Chandelure. Maybe? I don't know. But, we're outspeeding something important. We're outspeeding something important. It can't be Scarfed Hydreigon. I think it's Scarfed Chandelure or Scarfed Magneton, which is a nice thing to be able to outspeed. So, yeah, boy. This set also obviously outspeeds the Mega Aerodactyl as well, which is important because Mega Aerodactyl is stupid fast, and I'd want to outspeed the stupid fast Mega Aerodactyl, so yeah, boy. But Fire MZ allows us to just tear through the Jirachi, tear through the Magneton and things like that. And we have the Giga Drain, obviously, because Gastrodon pretty much can just hard wall this mon normally, but obviously we have the Giga Drain to tear through the Gastrodon as well. If he's a Rindo Berry Mirror Coat, then GG to him. That's a fantastic set, but hopefully it is not, and we can use that Giga Drain as well to get some HP back on the Celesteela. Plus, it's a mon that's immune to the sand, so that's cool. Next up, we're bringing Layers, the Celebi, Choice Scarfed Celebi. We need to bring our grass types, so we had something that can at least take a hit from Excadrill a little bit. So that's important. We are obviously Choice Scarfed so that we can outspeed the Mega Arrow as well, so we can hit that thing with something. and hit it hard. We obviously we're not going to run max speed, because like if he's going to run max speed Jirachi, then it's just speed time. I'm not even going to waste time testing that. Giga Drain hits the Gastro and Hippowdon really hard. It's just like a nice solid stab move to click. We have Psychic because it's also stab, and it will hit the throw really hard, and the Golbat, more importantly, the throw. We have Dazzling Gleam because we are EV to outspeed a Hydreigon, and and Hydreigon dies to like 15 Hydreigons die to a Dazzling Gleam. So that's kind of the important thing here that I want to note, is that Hydreigon is just paper frail when it comes to hitting it with a fairy move. So the plan is going to be to hit that thing with a Dazzling Gleam whenever I get the opportunity to. So that's the plan there. If he sees it coming, then ouch. If he doesn't see it coming, then not so ouch. But here's hoping we can Dazzling Gleam a Mega Arrow in this match. Or not a Mega Arrow, a Hydreigon. That's the mon that I'm talking about. And then we have Earth Power. Earth Power, obviously, because there are Chandelures running around, there are Magnetons running around, and they don't appreciate Earth Powers. As well as the Extra Drill actually doesn't appreciate an Earth Power. If I can hit it outside of sand, or if I can take a hit from it in sand, that'd be awesome. So that is our Celebi set. Next up, we have Shadow the Zygarde 10%. Life Orb, obviously with Aura Break, for the ability, because we cannot run Power Construct, because if we could, that'd be broken. We're running enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jirachi. Dragon Dance, 1,000 Arrows, Outrage, and Sludge Wave. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm crazy, right? Yeah. Well, with 120 EVs in Special Attack and the Life Orb, this is kind of our way of not being hard stopped by Shiinotic. I know it's crazy, but Shiinotic can kind of just hard wall Zygarde, like, really well. But having that Sludge Wave with the 120 EVs pretty much guarantees that I can KO it after rocks. A certain sense of it, and like if it switches in on me outside of on a turn that I go for Dragon Dance, it will have taken enough damage to guarantee, like, put it in range that even if he's like certain like Spadef builds or whatever, like Sludge Wave will be able to KO him. So that's really, really cool. Like he's not entirely, he can't wall my Zygarde set, and if I can get him a Dragon Dance, that's really, really good for us. So realistically, the goal is to get up 2 Dragon Dances, so I'm faster than things in sand as well. So I can put in work that way also. We have the 1,000 Arrows, because that's a busted move. It will ground the Golbat, ground the Mega Aerodactyl, and allow us to KO them. It'll also blow past the Jirachi, the Chandelure, the Excadrill, anything like that. And then we have the Outrage, because if he doesn't bring Shiinotic, I'm actually pretty safe to click Outrage at some point as well, which would be really, really nice. It'll allow you to Oko the Hydreigon, potentially Oko the Mega Arrow as well. If I can get Dragon Dance up, that'd be really great. Just this mon got a really, really solid opportunity to put in a lot of work against him. I don't believe I brought it last time. Fun fact, I did not bring it last time. So I think that was a big mistake in my prep last time, but I think his team's also very different now. That I think I didn't bring it because of like Sharpedo, and then Whimsicott as well, because Whimsicott just naturally outsped. I think just a lot of his team just was better against Zygarde, and I think his team's not as good against Zygarde this time, so I think this would be a better matchup for Zygarde to show his stuff. So next up, we're bringing Krusty McGee. Krusty McGee, the Crustle, with the Quick Claw. I'll get to that in a minute. It's not really good reasoning. We're running 20 speed into our Crustle, because with that 20 speed, I believe we outpace... What Pokemon do we outpace? I believe we outpace the Hippowdon, so we can Toxic that thing. That's the point of that. We have Spikes. Spikes, we can get some hazards up and like whittle down at his team. His only hazard removers are the Golbat with Golbat and Mega Arrow, as well as he has decent removers, but I'm not too worried about it. We have the Earthquake, and then we have the Rock Blast. 248 HP, 116 in defense, and 124 in SPDEF with a Careful Nature. Literally, there's no actual reasoning for that. I just put a decent amount of investment in, because realistically, Sand's going to be up a lot of the match, so it's going to be giving me a boost to my SPDEF as well, because I'm a Rock type. So I wanted to have some investment in there so that that boost isn't entirely pointless. Realistically, this thing's goal is, number 1, set up spikes. Number 2, potentially Toxic that Hippowdon. Number 3, potentially get a Quick Claw Pop. I know I hate this. I hate admitting to this. But despite the fact that I was upset that a Quick Claw cost MV the matchup against Geo in one of the most recent GBA weeks, despite the fact that that really upset me and like I was really annoyed by it, I was kind of inspired by it at the same time that like, hey, you know what? If I had to put everything up to chance and I'm already feeling I have a really bad matchup, let's fucking run Quick Claw. Let's just fucking run Quick Claw on Crustle, and who knows? I could get lucky and like be 1v1 against the Excadrill. Excadrill could be going for an Iron Head to knock me out, and oh my god, Quick Claw popped. The Quick Claw popped. Crustle's going for an Earthquake and knocking out the Excadrill. Oh my god. Or, oh, Mega Arrow is just about to drop him. Oh, Quick Claw pops. He goes for the Rock Blast, gets enough hits to knock out the Mega Aerodactyl. Oh my god, how crazy. It could happen, and like, that would be dope. That'd be really dope. I'm literally bringing it just for the sole reason of like, if it happens, it'll be dope. That's literally it. I know it sounds really stupid, and it's really dumb reasoning, but you know what? Fuck it. I already don't feel good in this matchup, and I already feel like I'm going to lose anyway, so why not just bring a fun set that, if it works, I could potentially just win the game because of it. So, there you go. We have Crustle. Last one we're bringing is Hard Body, the Reuniclus. We're kind of bringing a similar set to last time, except we're bringing more bulk because of the simple fact that he does have the Excadrill now, which we need more bulk to handle. So we're bringing Toxic, Psyshock, Focus Blast, and Trick Room. Toxic is here for the purpose of just being able to Toxic something. It's essentially it. Like, I want to be able to Toxic something that's bulky and just wear it down. Realistically, like, this set's not going to break through his team. This set's just meant to, like, set up Trick Room and just outspeed things and do some damage and just whittle him down. This mana is not hurt by the sand, so it can do that pretty nicely. And we have Psyshock and Focus Blast. Focus Blast is, while it's limited, at least it'll hit the Jirachi for neutral damage. It will. It hits the Magneton for super effective. It's neutral on the Aerodactyl. It's super effective on the Excadrill. It's super effective on the Hydreigon. Stuff like that. And then we have the Psyshock, obviously, for stab. And it'll be super effective on the throw, super effective on Golbat, and just do decent damage overall to a lot of things. This set's not great, but like, it's a 4-move syndrome kind of thing with Reuniclus, and I think that this is a very clear case of why 4-move syndrome sucks. Because this mon could realistically do really well in this matchup, but it needs like 5 attacks, like Trick Room plus 4 attacks instead of Trick Room 3 attacks, or Trick Room 3 attacks or 2 attacks and Toxic. Like, it's such a hard mon to prep for this game, but I think I need it, and there's really nothing else on my team that I justifiably want to bring here. Like, Tapu Fini kind of maybe wants to come, but at the same time, like, Tapu Fini's not doing a lot to his team. Like, Gastrodon's a good switch into it, as well as Jirachi, and like Shiinotic as well can do a good amount to it. Plus Z Hydreigon could just bring like Z Belch and just fuck up Fini. So it's not like the best for me. Like, Fini can't do too much, especially because of like the SPDEF boost given to the Mega Arrow as well. So it's just kind of not the best matchup for it, unfortunately. Which really sucks, but yeah, I just don't feel as confident bringing Fini this week. I don't know. Maybe I would be more confident. There's other things going on, but maybe not. Part of me is really regretting not bringing Finny. Part of me really wants to bring Finny. I'm gonna bring Finny. You know what? This is live team editing. We're gonna do it right now. Adding in Tapu Fini to the team. Mostly just due to the fact that I'm crazy. Finny Nut. We're more than likely just gonna run max HP. Or near max HP, obviously. Looking at his team, Nature's Madness is always a really good play. Taunt as well is always a solid play. Shut down things like the Golbat, shut down things like the Gastrodon really, really well. Part of me wants to bring Grass Knot, but I just don't feel like it's a great play. We're going to bring Moonblast because that allows us to hit the Hydreigon with a 4 times effective move, as well as having a super effective move for the throw. And yeah, just kind of running Surf as well. I think that's just a solid set. Surf, Moonblast, Taunt, and Nature's Madness. Speed-wise, obviously we're going to put a little bit right now so we can outspeed a min-speed Golbat. I think that's a solid speed to shoot for. Realistically, looking at his team, I don't see any other speed tier we can really shoot for. That just kind of makes sense. We could potentially just try to outspeed a max speed Magneton, but I just don't see the value in that. Or I don't see the value in trying to outspeed Chandelure either. So I'm just going to actually... I feel like we need more physical defense on this set, so I'm going to go with a Bold Nature. I'm going to go Bold Natured, and looking at his team, the things that threaten us most, I mean, I'm actually going to bring up the calcs off screen. This is kind of some of the shortened version of the process of how I build. So you guys are kind of seeing a little bit of that right now. We already have the 248 HP, and we determined that we are Bold Nature. So let's just go over some of the threats to the Team Excadrill. Let's just go with Sandrush Sweeper, make it the Jolly Life Orb set. Alright, so we're just gonna throw in investment until he can't 2-hit KO us anymore with that spread. Wow, it's actually looking like we can't entirely avoid a 2-hit KO. So we have 216 left, so 216 makes it so that Earthquake does 43 to 51% from Jolly Life Orb, which is still acceptable. We'll be able to do, how much was Surf? Surf does 73 to 86. So there's actually a really good chance that we can do a decent amount of chunk to this mon. So that'd be really, really cool. So I think 216 is what we need to go with. I think we just need to go fully into the defenses, because that will help us a lot. How much does Magneton do to us? Let me just double check some of these things. Choice Scarf Magneton does a lot of damage, actually. Choice Scarf Magneton does a lot of damage. I'm assuming Magneton with Specs obviously just going to OHKO us. Yep. Thunderbolt just pretty much OHKOs us from Specs, but like there's not much we can do about that. We just kind of have to roll with it. How much does a Chandelure do with Energy Ball? How much does Chandelure do with Energy Ball? Energy Ball. Energy Ball is also a 2-hit KO if he's a Scarf Chandelure. So that could be annoying, but I think this is kind of the best set we can go with. I also kind of just want to see what the damage is like from a Z-Belch Hydreigon, just because I feel like that would be a problem. Yep, Z-Belch Hydreigon does 93 to 110. So what is a way I can maybe mitigate this issue? Is Taunt that important? Could I potentially run Assault Vest? Answer to that question is... The answer to that question is... a nice emphatic no. I want to say a nice emphatic no. Part of me kind of wants to run HP Poison for the Shiinotic. That doesn't, like, give me any, like, that doesn't help me with anything else on his team, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just kind of feeling like we have things that can take hits from some of those other mons, so I'm not super duper worried about that. So I think my best bet is just to kind of stick with what I have here and just go with leftovers. Because leftovers at least give me some form of recovery and kind of keep me out of range with 2 KOs from certain mons. I think that'll be nice. So that is going to be our final set. Yes, this part, the team builder portion, is a lot longer. That's why obviously we're doing post-coms for these, because it's just going to work out better now. So hope you guys enjoyed this extra long team building portion, getting some like live team editing to view. But we're going to hop into the battle now, so enjoy! Alright guys, we are here with our matchup against Scott in our rematch from week number like fucking 1, like very beginning of the season. So his team has changed a lot. It's definitely improved a lot. Our team has changed a little bit, but definitely not in the ways needed to be more of a threat to him. But hopefully we can put in a lot of work in this matchup, and yeah, let's just hop into it. So he's going to lead with his Jirachis. I'm going to lead with my Krusty McGee. I obviously have to switch out and go into my Celesteela here. Just kind of doing my thing. And I'm going to go straight ahead for a Flamethrower, just to kind of get damage off, get a little bit of chip down this incoming Golbat. Now I'm going to go into my Tapu Fini, who's going to catch that Super Fang, which is really unfortunate. But I'm going to Nature's Madness this bat, weaken him down real quick. And then on this turn, I'm actually going to go for another Nature's Madness. Should have gone for the taunt that turn, realistically, and then whittled it a little bit more, but that was hindsight's 2020. He's going to be able to Super Fang me down real low, unfortunately, but I'm going to be able to taunt him and keep him from doing anything, and then I'm going to go for the Nature's Madness on the Jirachi switch-in, which is really, really dope. So I'm going to switch out now again into Celesteela. He's actually going to U-turn out, which is a really smart play on his part. He's going to go into his Magneton, but based upon the set that he was like a sub-analytic set. I was actually able to outspeed him, and of course he was a Magnet Pull set. He was supposed to be sub-analytic, but either way, I would have outsped him. I ended up outspeeding him because he was like a bulkier build, and I was able to get off my Inferno Overdrive and just OHKO the Magneton, which is really, really dope. So now he's got that Hydreigon in front of me, and that's a problem. I'm going to switch out into my Tapu Fini, as he's going to go for a Charge Beam. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So he's going to have to get a +2 there and kill my Fini. But I'm going to go into my Celebi, because I can outspeed because I am Scarfed. So I'm going to go for my Dazzling Gleam, as he's going to switch into his Jirachi, and he's going to U-turn out on my incoming Bolt Doggo. So he's going to bring out his Hippowdon here, and I'm going to Mega Evolve, get the Intimidate off, and go for a Toxic. But I've done this to myself again, where I've gone for a status move in the Misty Terrain. This happens to me way more than it should at this point. So, fuck. So, I'm going to switch out here into Celesteela, as he's going to Roar. It's going to bring me back into my Bolt Doggo. I'm going to get him down to -2, and the Sandstorm is really annoying. We're going to be able to get that Toxic off. So he's going to be able to kill my Manectric, which is very unfortunate, but we're able to get the Toxic off, which is super important. So we go out to Krusty McGee, and then it reveals our Quick Claw way faster than I would have liked. And we're going to get roared out into our Zygarde. So we're going to go for 1,000 arrows here, get off a decent amount of damage. He's going to slack off and kind of heal that all off. And he's going to go out to his Golbat as I get a Dragon Dance up. So that's really, really threatening. So now I'm going to be able to go for 1,000 arrows and do a ridiculous amount of damage to him. He's going to be able to Super Fang me down, which really sucks. And then we're going to be able to 1,000 arrows once again and knock out the Golbat. So I'm going to be able to go for the Outrage on this Hippo, as he's going to be able to Earthquake and knock me out. Now Hippo is pretty low, so I can just go into my Celesteela and go for a Flash Cannon and pick up the KO on it. So we're picking off things left and right. He's going to go now into his Aerodactyl, and I'm actually going to go straight ahead for my Autotomize here. He goes for a Hone Claws, and that is essentially going to be game, because even with the +1, we're not going to be able to knock out the Mega Arrow because of the Sand Boost to its special defense, unfortunately, and we are going to not be able to knock it out with Celebi either, so we are going to lose here 100%. Quick Claw popping would have been dope here, but we would have needed like 3 Quick Claw pops and like a bunch of crits, so the Arrow is going to pick up the W there, and we are going to lose 3-0 to Scott once again. So his team's good. His team's really hard to prep for and really, really hard to beat. I hope that if I do make it to playoffs, I don't have to face Scott again, because his team is ridiculous. I don't know why we allowed this, why we allowed him to have this team, why we did this to ourselves, but yeah, real scary team, real fucking scary. So hopefully we can bounce back off from this loss. But that's going to be the game, though. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'm pokePrimer, signing off. Peace.